All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to follow your food on this absolutely incredible journey it takes through your body. I mean, this is the trip that turns a simple meal into the literal fuel that keeps you going.
Think about it. We eat every single day, right? But have you ever really stopped to wonder what happens after you take that bite? How does that sandwich or that apple transform into the energy that powers your every single move? Well, let me tell you, the process is way more complex and, honestly, way more fascinating than you probably think.
Okay, so the journey kicks off right in the mouth, and it is so much more than just, chewing. In fact, just the simple act of swallowing, it's one of the most complex, coordinated muscle movements your body performs every single day.
Get this, it's like a complex ballet involving over 30 different muscles, all working in perfect harmony just to get that food from your mouth down to your stomach. And this muscular ballet, it has two absolutely critical jobs. One, move the food down, and two, at the exact same time, protect your airway so you don't choke. It's pretty amazing.
And what's really cool is how this whole process shifts from something you control to something completely automatic. Right? You consciously chew your food, you mix it with saliva, but the second your tongue pushes that to the back of your throat, boom, an involuntary split-second reflex takes over. It's incredible. It seals off your windpipe and pushes the food down the esophagus. The journey is officially underway. All right, next stop, the stomach. I like to think of this as the stomach's cauldron. It's basically a powerful chemical processing plant where the real breakdown gets started.
So, inside the stomach, powerful muscles are churning and mixing everything with some seriously potent digestive juices. The main target here, proteins. This acidic, soupy mix, which, by the way, used to be your lunch, is now called chyme, and it's ready for the next phase.
But here's the thing. The stomach isn't just a free-for-all vat of acid. No way. It's a super tightly regulated environment. It's all a balancing act. You've got these pro-acid signals that tell it, hey, release more acid. But then you have anti-acid signals that act like a brake, saying, whoa, slow down, it's getting too acidic in here. It's this constant, really delicate chemical conversation happening all the time.
Okay, leaving the stomach, that chyme now moves into the nutrient powerhouse, the small intestine. And honestly, this is the main event. This is the star of the show. It's the longest part of your digestive tract, and it's where pretty much all of the nutrient absorption happens.
But the small intestine doesn't do this job alone. Not at all. It's a total team effort. The pancreas sends in this cocktail of enzymes to break down carbs, fats, and proteins. The liver produces bile, which is absolutely essential for digesting fats. And the gallbladder, it's like a little storage tank for that bile, squeezing it out right when you need it. It's just a beautifully coordinated system.
So once all that food is broken down into its tiniest little building blocks, we're talking simple sugars and amino acids, the walls of the small intestine can finally absorb them. And from there, they get into your bloodstream to be delivered everywhere your body needs them, for energy, for growth, for repair, for everything. Now, you might be thinking, okay, job done. The body has its fuel. End of story. But the journey isn't over. Not even close. What about all the stuff that was left behind? You know, the parts of our food that our own bodies can't break down. Well, this journey has a very surprising next chapter.
And this brings us to a hidden world that's literally inside of you right now. We're talking about your hidden helpers, the gut microbiome. It's this collection of trillions of microorganisms, and believe me, they are one of the most overlooked, yet absolutely vital parts of our entire digestive system.
Just look at that number. 100 trillion. To try and wrap your head around that, you have about 10 times more of these microbial cells in your gut than you have human cells in your entire body. Yeah, in a very real way, we're actually more microbe than human. Wild, right?
So what is this gut microbiota? Well, it's this entire community of microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, fungi, all living in your digestive tract. And this massive community is so active, so essential to our health, that scientists have started calling it a metabolic organ all on its own.
And for a long time, it was actually known as the forgotten organ. We knew it existed, sure, but we had almost no idea how much it actually did for us, its impact on our metabolism, our immune system, our whole well-being. But that is changing, and it's changing fast.
So what do these trillion little helpers actually do for you? Well, they are metabolic powerhouses. They take all those complex carbs, the fiber your body can't digest, and they ferment them. They also produce essential vitamins for us, like vitamin K and B vitamins. They create these things called short-chain fatty acids that literally fuel the cells in your colon. And on top of all that, they help regulate your immune system. They are truly our partners in health.
Okay, so we've seen the physical journey, and we've met the microbial helpers. But what's controlling all of this? This whole incredibly complex system? Let's zoom out for a second and take a look at the gut's command center.
So, just as a quick recap of the journey, we start in the mouth, breaking down starches. Then the stomach tackles the proteins. The small intestine does all the heavy lifting of absorbing carbs, fats, and proteins. And finally, the large intestine handles water absorption and all that amazing microbial fermentation. Each step is its own little world.
And the thing controlling this whole operation? It's a constant, dynamic conversation between your brain, your nerves, and your hormones. You know, hormones signal when you're hungry, nerves in the gut wall control all the muscle contractions. It all connects back to the central command center in your head. I mean, have you ever noticed your mouth starts watering just from the smell of amazing food? That's your brain, live in action, telling your entire digestive system, hey, power up, get ready. So that brings us to a final question, something for you to think about. The next time you sit down to eat, just remember this whole journey. Because you're not just eating for one, you're eating for 100 trillion. And every choice you make on your plate is feeding that entire incredible ecosystem inside you.